OMT Online Dynasty, we are back week 13 here of year number 2, our last full regular season slate of the season. Now, unfortunately for our ODU Monarchs, James Madison is out of town during our little 72-hour window here. Usually this would be a force win for us, but considering the season they've had, 11-0, undefeated, ranked number 11, I didn't feel right taking a force win, so we are just going to make this a straight sim. Whatever happens from there, happens from there. So there's going to be no ODU game for us this week, but we have an unbelievable game of the week coming up for us, our games of the week, I should say. Because if we go over to our conference standings, we will notice 3 out of our 4 conferences already have the title games locked up. That part's kind of boring, but the one we're still waiting on is going to be, could potentially be electric. So our American Conference, James Madison and Toledo. Since Toledo beat us, it doesn't matter. They would win the one-on-one tiebreaker. It's going to be Toledo and James Madison facing off again in the American Conference title game, which I believe that one's in Detroit. I don't remember where I set all the conference title games at. I'm pretty sure this one's in Detroit. James Madison got there last year, but Old Dominion was able to knock him off and win the conference crown. We're guaranteed to have a new champion there. And if you didn't watch our game of the week featuring these two teams, I'm expecting some fireworks come American Conference Championship time. And of course, every conference championship is going to get its own game of the week. We definitely want to make sure we're going through and highlighting everybody who had such great seasons and made it to the conference championship weekend. So that's our American Conference locked up. We're going to save CUSA for last because that's where we're going to be focusing on. Mountain West is locked up. Utah State, number 8 in the country now, 11-0, 6-0 in conference. Wyoming is going to be meeting them in, I think they play at SoFi in Los Angeles, because Tulsa plays North Texas this week. So one of them will be 5-2. Wyoming's already done in conference at 5-2, but Wyoming beat both of them. So Wyoming's going to have that one-on-one tiebreaker, locks them in to the title game. The Sun Belt, we were so close to chaos on this one. So gosh dang close. Coastal Carolina locked up their spot last week though, and will be taking on Marshall this week. Kind of a little exhibition game before they face off for the Sun Belt Championship. But if Coastal just lost last week to Georgia Southern, which was a close game, if we could have just had that flip, we would have had these 4 teams at 3-3. They all play each other this week. Coastal plays Marshall. They would have been 4-2. Marshall wins that. Coastal's 4-3. 2 of these guys are 4-3. We would have had a 3-way tie for second. Would have been so dang fun, but Big Bill just had to go and ruin it by beating Georgia Southern last week. So those 3 conferences are all locked up. Those are the matchups we are going to be seeing coming over the next week or 2 as they start playing through. But now we get to the one conference we are going to be focusing on, and 3 games we are going to be focusing on for this one, Conference USA. Sitting up at the top, Texas State and Louisiana, both 5-1 in conference. They are playing each other here in week 13. Winner walks away with a regular season crown of Conference USA. That also means one of these 2 is going to be at 5-2. Potentially tied with Florida International and Rice. So I'm going to put a little thing up on the screen here. These are the different Conference USA scenarios. If FIU and Rice win, it's a 3-way tie with whoever loses between these 2, and I have no idea what the 3-way tiebreaker is. So we're all just going to have to wait and see on that, unless you happen to know, kind viewer watching this, but I have no idea what that tiebreaker would be. So let's just go through every scenario here. Start with Texas State beats Louisiana. So Texas State 6-1, Louisiana 5-2. Now if Rice wins and Florida International loses, Louisiana and Rice would be tied at 5-2. Rice beat Louisiana, so they would get the spot in Atlanta against Texas State. Now Texas State wins, FIU wins, Rice loses, we're going to get a rematch between Texas State and Louisiana. Now if Louisiana wins, the only way we can avoid a rematch, and it still might end up being a rematch, so it'd be Texas State at 5-2. They beat both FIU and Rice, so if one of these 2 win and the other loses, Texas State gets that tiebreaker. But if Louisiana wins, FIU wins, and Rice wins, we're back to the 3-way tie. So how we are going to do this is we're going to start with the Texas State-Louisiana game because that's going to kind of set the table for everything after that. Obviously, we're not going to go through the entire games. These are going to be more just kind of like highlights, but we'll go through that, see who wins that, and we know what we're looking for in the FIU and Rice games. These 2 We're going to be essentially going through it almost the same time. We'll bounce back and forth between the two different games, keeping in mind what the tiebreaker scenarios are, who's going to win, who's going to lose, how it's all going to pan out for Conference USA, as we find out who is headed to the Mercedes-Benz Dome, I think it's just called, whatever the stadium is in Atlanta, to take on whoever wins between Texas State and Louisiana. Which, saying Louisiana and Atlanta so many times in a row is kind of tripping me up a little bit. But yes, so put it simply, the winner of Texas State, Louisiana, go into the conference title game. The loser probably still has a good shot, depending on who it is. And we might just have a rematch between these two. But FIU and Rice are still alive. So that's how everything is shaking up. That is how this season has gone so far here at the end of year 2, and I know we are going to have a lot of team changes. We might even have a team change coming up, so year 3 is going to look a lot different than year 2. I'm very excited to see how this ends, see who can write their name in the history books as getting to the conference title game here in year 2. Best of luck to everybody in the Conference USA showdowns we are about to watch. We're not going to go over the depth charts of all these teams. There's way too many to go over. So let's just get into the games. Good luck, boys. We are about to get underway here in San Marcos. So how we are going to do this, we are going to have kind of game breaks, first with FIU and UTSA here throughout the first quarter, then some in Rice and USF throughout the second quarter, so we can keep tabs of everything that is going on here while we watch the battle for the regular season crown in Conference USA. Louisiana, of course, in their Army playbook, I want to say. It's one of the service academies for sure. Texas State is going to be trying out some veer and shoot with East Carolina, so a playbook change for the Bobcats in the biggest game of the season. Let's see how it works out for them. Let's get to it. And we're seeing some of the wide formations coming out right away here. Little wide doubles from the Bob Kitties, Crayon Eater. Of course, the Texas State coach, Vancey, Louisiana coach. Shout out to Vancey, former player at Kent State. And the Golden Flashes just won the wagon wheel last night as I was recording this. Fantastic game. Go with the RPO, and the blocking sets up unbelievably Brown. First play of the game. Can he get to he does. I wasn't sure. It kind of looked like the defender was catching him there a little bit. But first play of the game in the East Carolina playbook. Brown finds the gap in the defense and takes it all the way. 13 seconds in. 7-0 lead. Texas State. And let's see what Louisiana is going to answer back with, and what Texas State's defensive strategy is going to be. Trips offset. Now that I did not expect from the Raging Cajuns. We see a lot of flexbone with him. We do see some shotgun though, especially RPOs and like read option RPOs where you can get that dang quarterback. Because remember, Louisiana has that freak quarterback. There he is. Jawan Johnson with his platinum shifty, getting out of the backfield immediately and taking that one for a gain of 10. The read RPO out of trips. Gotta watch that. And I did see Texas State set some of his read option stuff. I didn't exactly see what it was, but Johnson was able to keep that one. Then he goes to Bill Davis, the bulldozer, going right up the gut, picking up the first down. This Louisiana offense just puts so much pressure on everybody. Like, it is such a difficult offense to go up against. Staying in trips. Is that Bill Davis? I don't remember. I think Bill Davis is number 7. I have to check who number 3 is. So now we're just going with a screen out to the left. Nope, that is Perry. Xylon Perry. Had the carry on that last play. Perry with the carry. Perry with the catch. And a loss of 3. And staying in some trips offset, Texas State goes to 3-4 over. I don't know against this set. Let's see. It's back to that read RPO. Again, going to keep it with Jawan Johnson. Oh, number 3 tried his best there on Texas State. That's what we can say about him. He was definitely playing the quarterback. He was standing there. He was waiting for him. But that platinum shifty of Jawan Johnson, able to just wiggle his way right around there and pick up a huge gain down to the 30-yard line. That quarterback's ridiculous. So there's Bill Davis, number 7. Now we got some flex bone from Louisiana. Is this? Nope, it is just going to go right up the gut. Take your free 5. If we're going to get a free 5, we are A-OK taking that. Dylan Redmond right up the middle. I mean, the Louisiana backfield is unbelievable. We have gotten just a huge influx of triple option teams. Louisiana's been here for a while, but the person who just took over Buffalo which that team is set up, if you watched any of our games of the week with Buffalo, that team is set up unbelievably well for the triple option. Really fast quarterback, a ton of speed at halfback. This time we are keeping it with Johnson, trying to get the pitch out to Davis, but Texas State sniffs that one out. They are all over, bringing Davis down for a loss of 2, 3rd and 7. Let's see. Louisiana might go back to their trips here. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, a little flexbone tackle over. This is one of those flexbone formations I haven't really used too much. It wasn't in the game last year, I don't believe. I think this is a new one. And one I just haven't really used. So you got a tight end in your left tackle spot and a tackle in your tight end, where typically your tight end would go. Goes with the fake pitch. That we don't see very often. The old fake pitch, trying to get the defense to bite, but that Texas State defender was all over Bill Davis, not giving him an inch to breathe. 4th and 4 for the Ragin' Cajuns, going to some gun spread offset. Now, when we went against Louisiana, and we've seen him in Game of the Week, he does like his RPOs out of here too. So an RPO to the left, we've got to watch out for. Have to. The RPOs out here are nasty, and I always forget about RPOs and spread. Yeah. There goes Perry. Making a man miss, getting down 1st and goal at the 4. Yeah, those RPOs out of spread, especially when you're in kind of an uneven formation like Texas State is in, just leaves one of the sides open. So it's pretty easy, just pitch and catch there for Louisiana. Takes it down, 2nd and goal now at the 1. About 3 minutes left in the first, looking to tie it up. Just go right back to the bulldozer. Bill Davis, boom, 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 rumbles his way across the goal line. Touchdown, Louisiana. And let's head to our first game break of the day here. Heading to San Antonio for FIU and UTSA. FIU already up 7-0, 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here. A little picture-in-picture for you. 3rd and 2 for FIU, looking to go up early here, going with the RPO out to the right. He finds his man in the white Vice jerseys, number 7 of Florida International. The Panthers will not get caught. RPO to the house, making it a 2-score lead early. FIU really fighting for their lives here, trying to get to Atlanta for the Conference USA title game. 14-0 lead there for the Panthers, and we got a 7-7 ball game in San Marcos. These games actually happening about 40 minutes apart from each other. San Marcos to San Antonio, very close. Anyway, back to the beer and shoot, going back to that run play. Kyson Brown, that's going to hurt his average a little bit. Went from 1 for 82 to 2 for 81, brought down for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11, Texas State. Let's see what else they are going to draw up here out of East Carolina. It's interesting. We do have a couple people that run the veer and shoot, not too many. And we see the camera angle change here, so we can try to see the field a little bit better, especially when we're doing RPOs like that. Didn't look like we had any of our pass options there, so keep the run, and unfortunately Louisiana all over it again. Lost a 2 that time, now a 3rd and 13. So we've had an 82-yard run, then lost 1, then lost 2. Interesting. Interesting development going on here. 3rd and 13. We got to think we're putting one through the air here. And now I could have sworn Texas State said this Griner was done. He had enough of this Griner. But I guess in this style of offense, maybe he's found a spot back. Only rushing 3, dropping the guy back on the left, and straight to Mr. Dawkins. Played that one to perfection. Gets to the corner. Touchdown, Louisiana. From 13 seconds in, it was a 7-0 Bobcats lead to now a 14-7 Louisiana lead. Both teams with their eyes on Atlanta, both teams with their eyes on that regular season Conference USA championship, and now Louisiana gets the advantage. And we will keep exploring that East Carolina veer and shoot playbook here for Texas State, trying to find something that works for us. We found the one run. Now we got to find something else. 1st and 10, 2 minutes, 17 seconds left here in the first. Going with a wide stack. I could never get this formation to work for me. He's got 6 in the box, so we're probably going to have to keep this a pass. We are indeed. Potentially had that comeback on the left. Goes for on the right. The curl. Goes for the crosser on the right. Good coverage there by Louisiana. Knocking that one down. Montana Warren with that pass deflection. 2nd and 10, Bobcats. This Louisiana's defense is playing awful sticky on these pass plays. We're going to have to be careful here for if we are Texas State. Going with a screen, it looks like we got decent numbers for it. Yeah, we could throw that. We need some block in there, boys. Our receivers out there on the right. They didn't block either one of them. It wasn't that one of them blocked and one came through. Look, there was two of them right there when that tackle was made. They both just ran straight by the defenders. We had the numbers for that. Looked like that could have worked, but we need a little bit of effort from our wide receivers. We do know, though, Texas State, oh, we kind of got robbed on that one. Is that a little like curl route? Maybe just threw that a touch too early? I don't know. Went right over his head. But we do know Texas State does have pretty small wide receivers and maybe not be the best blockers. But man, at least some effort there would be nice. Now a 4th down, and we are going forward here already. Going back to that curl route. We caught it, but brought down just short. It'd almost be worth challenging. Honestly, that was pretty close. But brought down short. Louisiana taking over again here now. Up by 7. Ball on Texas State 35 already. In the flex bone, that counter option, gosh, and now he's got Heisman Shifty. Yeah, we're not tackling that guy. We are just not tackling that guy when he gets Heisman Shifty. What I was going to say, against the flex bone in a defense like that, almost take that deep third safety who is sitting way in the back and bring him down and user him just to get some extra guys in the box there. But Jawan Johnson just doing what Jawan Johnson does. And let's head over another game break here in UTSA. Now, UTSA with the ball down by 14, minute left in the first, and they are also in the veer and shoot. Big man blitz coming here from FIU. Can UTSA get anything going? Goes for the same kind of pass we saw Texas State go for, that kind of crosser coming from the right out of deep stack, and instead it is intercepted, taken back to the house. FIU now with a 21-0 lead, trying to keep their season alive. Shout out the Panther, shout out Rhett, and shout out K, our UTSA guy. Now, he mentioned it had been a long time since he played any online head-to-head. I'm glad this Dynasty was kind of your welcome back. So now let's get back to San Marcos, Texas State, see if they can find anything out of this veer and shoot. Looks like we had a loss of 2 on our run play there on 1st down, setting up a 2nd and 12. Just take your flat. Goes... We had the flat open. I don't know if that was a choice route. That's kind of a big issue I have trying to pass out of a lot of these veer and shoot stuff. I can't trust the choice routes. I just can't do it. Because it looks like they should do one thing. Like he probably, if that was a choice, I'm not 100% sure it was. He was probably expecting that to be more of an actual post, but he sat down to do like the post curl and led to that nearly being intercepted. Now a 3rd and 12, again, just drop him back, just no time to throw. That pressure of Louisiana getting in so quickly here too. Another issue I have with the veer and shoot, honestly. Because you can block your halfback, but I swear blocking your halfback does nothing. It's almost worse. It's almost worse to have him blocking. Alright, so 4th and 12, we're going for it. I mean, square or X, really the only 2 reads we're going to have here. Maybe have X? Nope, that defender did drop back for it. Elam drops back just enough, and Texas State does what we've seen him do a couple times. Just click on and don't even worry about those tackles, boys. Don't worry about trying to hurt yourself. We're not getting the stop here. Pick 6, number 2 for Louisiana, and we just saw FIU grabbing one there too. Now a 21-point lead for the Raging Cajuns. They are looking awful good to lock up their spot. Texas State looking for some answers here on offense with a minute left in the first. Looks like FIU is going to be doing their part. That was a nice one, a little underneath kind of in route there. Good find by Greiner, good 1st down. FIU doing their part, trying to make this a 3-way tie. Now, Texas State did beat both FIU and Rice. So the kind of consensus in the Discord is that Texas State would win a 3-way tiebreaker, but I don't fully trust EA. We had him beat on that too. Finds Reed the 3rd, or not, doesn't find, he wasn't looking for Reed the 3rd. And again, I don't understand the click off and everybody run away thing. We've seen him do that a few times. We saw him do it in the conference title game last year. I'm not sure the strategy behind that. Maybe just a frustration thing. But another pick 6 for Louisiana, 35-7. This one is just about wrapped up. Speaking of things that are wrapped up, one more game break here, FIU against UTSA. One more play we'll watch here. 28-0 lead now for FIU in the second quarter. About 4 minutes to go. Another pass, another interception. The Panthers taking it back to the house again. And maybe it is just a Texas thing, because we just saw UTSA do a similar thing with clicking on and running away. UTSA gets the pick 6, and they do win the ball game. I will bring it up right here. Hi, hello, how are you? Let me hide my face for just a second. FIU does win that game 49-14. They are alive. They have got a shot depending on everything that happens. Now FIU can't win any one-on-one tiebreakers, so they need to get that 3-way tie and see what the tiebreakers end up being. So 49-14, good win for FIU, good season for Rhett, good season for K. Thank you guys for taking part in this dynasty. Let's get back to Louisiana, Texas State here for a second, and we are going to start bringing in some game breaks from the Rice and USF game. So now with FIU winning and Louisiana up on the advantage they have, if Rice wins, we get a 3-way tie for second. If USF wins, we're going to get a Louisiana-Texas State rematch in the conference title game. So let's just go ahead and get back here and see if Crayon Eater and the Bobcats can make some sort of comeback. I mean, we just saw, oh, right up the seam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There goes Nicholas. Now you got to outrun him, buddy. You got to outrun them all. There we go. There we go. I was just going to say, we did just see a big 28-point comeback in our last game of the week with James Madison against Toledo. Toledo down 28-0 in that first quarter. Came back and tied the game. Unfortunately, didn't end well for our Rockets friend, but that does show it is possible. So 35-14 now, 21-point game. I mean, it probably won't be possible if we give up 35 points a quarter. I'm going to be honest. I don't think giving up 140, which is what Louisiana is on pace for, is going to make a comeback too easy. So let's see if we, I mean, Louisiana's had 3 pick sixes. Yeah, their offense is pretty dang good, really hard to stop. But it's really Texas State's offense has been Louisiana's best offense so far. And now a little bit of Flexbone U off. We got to watch the rocket toss to Bill Davis out of here. Goes with a fullback dive right up the gut, and we are just giving that up again right up the middle to Dylan Redmond. Easy gain of 11. It looks like Louisiana, yeah, 2 clock already. Why not? You're up by 21. Just take it to the second. A little Flexbone normal, it looks like, from Louisiana to start the second quarter. Audibling around, shuffling everybody around. Again, I wouldn't hate bringing that deep safety we got standing 15 yards back, whatever it is, 20 yards back. Bringing him down a little bit closer to the line so we can try to help with some of those outside runs potentially. But did a good job stopping Redmond there. Second and 10 for the Raging Cajuns. Let's see, I wouldn't be surprised to see some more shotgun here before too long from Louisiana. That's kind of where it seems like they've had their best success. Here we're not worried about a rocket toss really on the left hash, because rocket toss works so much better going to the right, or going to the left, excuse me. And nobody really runs it on the hash into the boundary, so we don't really have to worry about that. And again, it's just Redmond up the middle. We've stopped that once. Every other time it's been at least 5. The last couple have been 10, except for the one that was stuffed. Now Flexbone tight. Interesting. We got to bring that safety down or something. Texas State might have just kind of be going through the motions here a little bit. See, with the fake rocket toss, I think we could sit on that because we're not expecting an actual rocket toss headed to the boundary there. Instead, Johnson will just take off and run. Just one of the many things we have to worry about when going against the Raging Cajuns. What a great team name, by the way. Raging Cajuns, for me, it's right up there. Them and Demon Deacons. Those are probably my favorite. I love those team names. Anywho, here comes some shotgun. A little power read does give it to Dylan Redmond. Can he make a man miss? No, Texas State gets out there and makes a tackle. At least keeps it from being a gigantic play. So that's good. But the rest of the game has not been going great. But it is what it is. Especially in a new playbook, we understand these kind of things. And when you're in, this is kind of a weird situation, kind of for both these guys. It's like, how much do you really want to show here? Chances are we are going to get the rematch next week. Bring that safety down. That is driving me insane. He was manned up on that left tight end and was 20 yards back picking flowers like a 6-year-old playing baseball. Just back there doing nothing. Bring him down so he can help out with some of these runs, man. This is 2nd and 5, because even a deep blue is pretty unnecessary. Oh, we're going to use her the D tackle. Sure, why not? Use her that nose tackle, see what we can't get. And there's the read RPO, and if we had that safety brought down, potentially he could help out with that a little bit. Instead, again, he is just kind of skipping in circles back in the end zone, just playing ring around the rosy around the goal post as Juwan Johnson takes it down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Louisiana. 5 attempts, 101 yards, 1 touchdown already for the Raging Cajun quarterback. This guy's a freak, man. This guy's an absolute freak. I wouldn't be too opposed to not going against Louisiana again. I mean, it's a fun challenge. I will say that. But it is a challenge. Trying to think of how we can stop this kind of offense. Because you really do need, like, fast defensive line, which not everybody's going to have. You need fast linebackers. You just need good speed to try to contain that quarterback. And a lot of teams just weren't focused on that like ODU was. That's what kind of gave us that advantage. Touchdown Louisiana on another RPO, 42-14. Let's take our first game break to Rice and South Florida in Tampa. There it is. Took a second to pop up. The game just started, 30 seconds in, 37 seconds to be exact. Rice with the ball, trying to keep this a 3-way tie for 2nd place in Conference USA. Going with a little mesh post. Going the mesh underneath. We got the post deep. He finds the post deep. Ransom Golez in for the Rice touchdown. Getting that one started off hot. This game gets pretty wild, by the way. But touchdown Rice. Quick 7-0 lead. Not even a minute into that one. Let's head back to San Marcos. See what we got cooking here with the Bobcats. I mean, we're in a position now we kind of have to pass. Thank you for taking the flat. Thank you. We've had the flats. The flats have been there. I don't know if Louisiana has zone drops on, or maybe they're just cloud flats, but they're backing up a long ways. So we've had the flats on a lot of these throws. We're in a position now where we're just kind of forcing things, which makes sense. There goes another run. There goes Brown again. What can Brown do for you? 2 68+ yard touchdowns. That's a 68-yard run. We had an 82-yard run. Brown is cooking this Louisiana defense. Well, on those 2 runs. Outside of that, not so much. But touchdown, Texas State. They're fighting. They're hanging in here a little bit. 42-21. 2 minutes left in the half. Now pressure on this Texas State defense. See if we can find some way to slow down these fullback dives and this quarterback, which is a tough 1-2 thing to try to defend up the middle and outside. But we got to figure something out. See, those fullback dives, man, he's just been giving it to him all day, and Louisiana's going to keep taking them. If you're gonna make it that easy, the Raging Cajuns will take advantage. Redmond right back up the gut. 6 attempts, 66 yards for the fullback. There's just so much you have to worry about. So you have to like pinch your line, crash your line, but still have edge guys that can contain. That's why I like, what defense were we in? Penny, I think, where we had 5 kind of on the line. So we could have our interior 3 kind of pinch and crash to watch the fullback and then still have contains on the outside. How in the world did he just tightrope his way down that sideline? How is he able to stop so quickly and turn that back upfield? The world may never know. It's truly unbelievable, this guy. So minute 20 left here in the second. I mean, Louisiana score here essentially is going to put this one away. Going back to Redmond right up the gut. Yeah, 3rd and 1. I mean, it wouldn't shock me to see a very similar thing here either. Redmond has not been stopped really yet. We've been able to keep him to a short gain a couple times. Yeah, I like this defensive front. I would probably crash our guys inside and contain. Redmond. Oh, 4th and inches. Okay. I mean, if we manage to get a stop here, get the ball back, score again before half, we got a game. We have a shot in this one. Somehow, some way, we have a chance. Not a great one, mind you, but a chance. See, now we're coming out in goal line. He's in flexible normal. We're just selling out for that fullback dive, but he's going to audible into something else and keep it with a quarterback or maybe even a rocket toss. Something to get away from where all those guys are right in the middle of the field. And taking our time here, which is understandable too. 25 seconds. Yep, just runs away from everybody. Yep. Yep. Xylon Perry, big boy, good effort from the big boy of Texas State, but he is not going to be able to catch up to that one. Another touchdown for Louisiana makes it a 28-point game here at halftime. And I think we can kind of call this one. Let's do one more game break here of Rice and USF. Then we'll probably just skip through the highlights of Rice and USF. Why did I say both their names twice? I don't know. But there goes Quentin Rampage Jackson on the run up the middle. USF was able to get a field goal on the board, but Rice answers back quickly. Early in the second quarter, puts them back up 2 scores, really trying to make this a 3-way tie here in Conference USA. I don't know why that game froze. Oh, all right, we are back. Don't worry about it. And there's a reason we're keeping this rolling here with Rice and USF. Kind of a common theme we see throughout this game for whatever reason. It's going to be kick returns. So look out. We're going to send one just deep right down the middle here with Rice. The Bulls waiting back for it. Number 19. I can't read what his name is. Saints, something like that. We'll take it and just right up the gut. Straight up the middle, untouched for the kick return touchdown. USF answers back immediately, making it a 14-10 ball game. And remember, if USF wins, we are getting a Louisiana-Texas State rematch for a Conference USA title game. If Rice wins, it's a 3-way tie, and we'll have to see at the end of this video how that tie breaks down. We are about, let's see, 3-ish hours away from advancing and seeing if it is a tie, who is going to get in there. But for you guys, it'll just be a second. So let's go back over here. Our box score, we will wrap up our Louisiana versus Texas State game. Ends up 63-28. Not much happens there in the second half. Congratulations, Vancy and the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns, your regular season Conference USA champions, finishing at 6-1 in conference. Potential playoff spot. Still waiting for Louisiana, currently ranked at number 16. We'll see how that changes as we advance. So now, let's go ahead. We are just going to go through the highlights of Rice and USF. We're not going to watch the whole thing here, which I think is mostly how we are going to kind of do these games of the week a little bit more going forward. Just kind of stick to more highlights, showcase some different things. So 14-10, Rice with the lead on USF, trying to make this a 3-way tie in Conference USA. Let's go ahead, jump ahead a little bit here and get to the action. And here we go, just under 3 minutes left here in the first half. Rice on a solid drive down to the 28-yard line, going to a little read option, giving it back to Rampage. Quentin Rampage Jackson rumbling right up the gut for a nice gain of 8. 5 rushes for 77 yards. I mean, we had that one that was like 60. So other than that, it seems like USF's been doing a pretty good job on the defensive side of things. But that puts Rice into the red zone, looking to make this, gosh, this chair, a 2-score lead before half if we can. Oh, these plays are deadly. That tight end coming from the other side. That was a good job by that outside corner of USF to come down and actually make a tackle on that, though. Keeps it from being a huge gain, only picks up 3, but it is enough for the Rice first down, 1st and 10, coming down to the 2-minute warning. See what they are able to do here. I mean, you kind of want to start working clock a little bit, but at the same time, you don't want to get too conservative and mess up getting some points here. So go back to Rampage Jackson up the middle, take it to the 2-minute warning. And Rice going with a little pop RPO here. Let's see if we're going tight end or to the flat. We got the tight end. Go to the flat instead, but either way, we have the touchdown. Either the tight end pop pass or get it to Drayden Dickman in the flats. He will catch it. He'll make a man miss. He's in for the touchdown. 21-10. Rice does make it a 2-score lead. Let's see. USF, though, 3 timeouts, minute 56. See if we can't answer back. Now, minute 36, ball at their own 38, still all 3 timeouts, 2nd and 10. USF also in the veer and shoot. CUSA apparently is just the veer and shoot conference. I never even fully realized that. We got a lot of veer and shoot boys in here. Stunt, unable to come in, buys just enough time, lobs one deep down the field. Get big on him. Number 2 just boxes out the defender, number 27 for Rice there. Gets big, goes up and grabs it. Huge first down for the Bulls. Looking to play spoiler here. I mean, they're 6-5, so they are locked into a bowl game at the very least. But it's always fun to, it's kind of fun to ruin a season here a little bit. This is how rivalries are made here too. So a little man coverage there. We got the crosser wide open, hits him. 87 rumbles his way down, breaks a tackle. Number 27 having a rough go here for the Rice defense. Unable to make the play on that deep ball. and then just gets absolutely destroyed trying to make that tackle on Connor Sturgis. First and goal down at the 2, USF. Bringing it right back within striking range here. Just run the ball probably. Indeed we do, and find the end zone. Touchdown Bulls. Now do we go for 2, or do we just make this a 4-point game and take your 1? I guess it's probably a little early. I don't think we need to go for 2 yet. And in fact, they do not. They will take their extra point. 21-17. Now, Rice, minute and 11, all 3 timeouts. They got some time. Maybe they can get something going here. And get something going, they just might. They're already up to their 0-44, 54 seconds left here in the second. Going with a little bit of 5 wide. Another choice route here on Y. Stick and not on A. Nope, we'll make that a streak on A. Dickman. Makes sense. User has to respect the speed of Dickman. Gives up the slant underneath. Johnny Shepard, 213 and 2 touchdowns here. Still 50 seconds left in the half. Ball up to USF's 40. Probably not field goal range quite yet, but getting awful close for the Owls. We'll now go to a little bit of trips. We're going to stem up that out route. So we got all 3 routes going right to left. A little streak over there. Let's see anybody wins. Yeah, he had both of them, A or RB. Go underneath to our guy, the Dickman, the superhero, Dickman. Picks up 9 yards, 40 seconds left. Time's a ticking here. Rice only 1 time out remaining. Decides to keep it in their pocket, which makes sense. We got enough time. You got the flat wide open. Good little switch there by USF to try to at least come down and force them out of bounds, not let them get too many yards. But now 30 seconds, ball at the 25. Rice pushes back to a 2-score lead before half would be gigantic. Back in trips, a little verticals, scissors over the middle with a deeper post here. Nope, going with the corner out instead. A stem down corner out on A. A absolutely cooked him, but so does the running back. And when you got Quentin Rampage Jackson, you get that man the ball. All right, it's that simple. When we got him, you get him the ball. Staying in trips, going no huddle. Yeah, we got to flip this. Got to have that going to the wide side. Tick, 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 though. Time's running down here for Rice. Still a timeout sitting in their back pocket. Down to 15 seconds left before half. Man coverage. Are we going to have Y in the drag? We are. Oh, just barely not able to. That's Dickman, too, and he was not able to outrun that guy. I think Dickman's 94 speed, so that number 3 on USF must have some wheels as well. Makes Rice use their last timeout. 10 seconds. How aggressive do we get here if we're the Parliament, if we're the Owls? USF knows they're probably not running this ball, so we're just coming out 3 down linemen, get a bunch of safeties, corners, everybody out on the field playing some coverage defense. We had that back left corner. Lucky break that he dropped that, because Rice was going to run out of time, because I don't think that was a first down. I think that time was just going to keep on rolling, and we weren't going to get any points here before half. But Rice is going to stay aggressive and go for the touchdown here again. 5 seconds, no timeouts. We got to throw one into the end zone here. Going with a little corner out over on the right. Potentially have B. See, he saw that back left corner last time was open. This time, though, oh my God. That time, the user defense of USF was all over that back pylon, so forcing Shepard to scramble around for his life. Chucks one back over the middle with tight coverage, but threads the needle for the Rice touchdown. 28-17, an 11-point lead for the Owls, for the Parliament, heading to halftime. And I said it was a common theme. Starting kickoff here of the second half, back to number 19 again on USF, and just straight down the sideline. Nobody gets in his way. The Bulls, for the second time today, take the kick back for a score. That's how you get the crowd fired up. Fire the cannons. I don't think they actually do that for USF games, but they should. Why not? You got a pirate ship in your stadium for now until they build their new one. You might as well use it. 4 return attempts, 253 return yards for Jaquan Smith. Second kick return score, and now USF is going to go for 2. Try to make this a 3-score game early in the 3-score game. Not at all. A 3-point game early in the third quarter. Going a little wide slot left. A lot of defenders in the box. I got to think we have room somewhere to throw this ball, and we certainly do. Tight end leaks his way out there. 2-point is good. 28-25. 3-point game. USF, can they play spoilers? But wait a second, they have to kick off too, don't they? How interesting. Kicks one deep to Drayden Dickman. Real far back there. Is that going to stop the Dickman? It is not. Right up the gut. Right back at you. It's fair. It seems fair. Dickman takes the return back to the house. And just like that, went from an 11-point game to a 3-point game, back to a 10-point game, all within 20 seconds, back-to-back kick return touchdowns. And from there, not much really happens throughout the rest of the third quarter, so we'll jump ahead to the fourth. 4 minutes left, 4th and 17 for USF on their own 13-yard line. This is essentially the game here for the Bulls, going with a little empty set. Might have time as long as our offensive line holds up. We're only sending 3. Offensive line does hold up, tries to force one deep over the middle, and broken up. Number 27 makes up for his sins from earlier where he got boxed out and steamrolled by that tight end. Good effort there by 27, stuck on number 0, forces the turnover on downs. Rice takes over at USF's 13-yard line. Touchdown here, make it a 3-score game, is pretty much going to end this one and lock up our 3-way tie for Conference USA. So we're going with a power I. I mean, why not? Why is it not Rampage Jackson back there, though? That's disappointing. Instead, it's number 26, who does fine, I guess. Takes it down to the 2. 1st and goal. I mean, why not just power run at him again? Go with a little full house tight. Okay, I like that. What's the run call here? Just a little motion out, run right up the gut. Our guys are bigger than yours. Our guys are stronger than yours. We are just going to run this right at your face. And there's just not a thing you can do about it. Touchdown, Rice. 17-point lead in the 4th. And that one is over. Rice wins 42-25, locking up our 3-way tie for second here in Conference USA. Again, congratulations to Taxi Cab, our guy who uses Rice, and Smash, one of our new users who just took over USF. Great season from both of you guys. Great fun. And now the waiting game begins. We still got about 2.5 hours from when I'm recording this until we advance and we see what shakes out. But for you guys, it'll happen just like this. And here we are into week 14. Time for us to find out how the Conference USA ended up shaking out. We did lose our sim against James Madison, just by the way. So let's go ahead. Let's just go to conference standings, I guess. It'll be the best way for us to see. I guess I could just look at matchups we got going on here too. In our American Conference, of course, JMU did get the sim win. They're up to rank number 12 in the country, 12-0, 7-0 in conference, but a tough matchup coming up against the Toledo Rockets. We saw them in our game of the week just a few days ago. Toledo got off to a slow start, but figured it out there towards the end. Let's save Conference USA for last. The rest of these I think we know, right? Utah State, Wyoming. Utah State up to number 8 in the country. So I do think there's a shot they lose to Wyoming. They still might get in. Tulsa, 9-3, 5-2, number 18. Great season for them here as well. But they just miss out thanks to the head-to-head tiebreaker. And it'll be a Utah State-Wyoming rematch of last year's conference championship game. And in the Sun Belt, another somebody looking to repeat as conference champions, Coastal Carolina. The Chanticleers going against number 22 Marshall Thundering Herd, 10-2, 7-0 in conference. Great season from all of these guys. And of course, all the conference championships will get some game of the week treatment here as well. So now the big reveal, Conference USA. Did Texas State get in because they beat the other two? Is there some other weird tiebreaker going on? Let's see. It is going to be Louisiana against Texas State. FIU does end the season ranked, though, number 25 in the country. 5-2, 5-2 Rice. But Texas State will get their chance at revenge against Louisiana. So coming up, let's see. We'll go to scores and schedules. Obviously, it's just Army-Navy week right now. And if we go to conference championships, here we go. The American, Toledo, James Madison in Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field. Conference USA, Texas State, Louisiana rematch in Atlanta, Georgia. The Mountain West, Wyoming, Utah State out at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. And the Sun Belt, Coastal Carolina against Marshall in Charlotte. So that is the wrap on our regular season here of year number 2 of the Online Dynasty. Another great regular season is in the books. Thank you to everybody who took part throughout the year, those we lost along the way. I appreciate you guys too. So that'll do it. We will see you guys back for conference championships. We'll do our games of the week for there. Then we will do like an off-season episode here too. Get you all up on recruiting. I'm coming around on sticking with ODU. I was thinking of going to Kent State because their jerseys are sick, but I don't know if I can abandon these boys just yet. Decisions to be made. Nothing finalized yet, but that'll do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. Until then, Take it easy.